Hello everybody, my name is Nate Jones and today I have the best advice for young men. I got 6 things here and my only question for you is, can you keep an open mind and think about these pieces of advice? These are biblical truths. These are truths that people have been using for thousands of years, and I'm just here to remind you of why you should take them and put them in context in today's world. Number 1, understand how the world works. Okay, so many kids, they get into this kind of school mindset of, okay, well, Steve had a 4.0, he was valedictorian, so therefore Steve is going to be the most successful person in the class. Like whoever's going to be president of our class is probably the 4.0. And they're going to get the best job, they're going to make the most money, but that's not how the world works. The real world doesn't work like that. The real world says, for Steve to be successful, we have to know Steve. So what I'm trying to tell you is, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Having a network of people who know you and can open up doors for you is more important sometimes. You still gotta show up to class, you still gotta get good grades, you still gotta be a great person, you still gotta contribute to a company, right? You can't just walk in and they're gonna give you a job. You gotta interview somewhat well, but if you have a recommendation, you will get past most of the crowd, if not get the job, because somebody put your name out there. So make sure that you have a network, make sure you know people and people know you. Best way to do that, if you're in an industry group, like you're an engineer, you're a nurse, there's always groups, associations that you need to go to. Meet those people in your industry, meet people in your local community, because you never know when someone's gonna open a door for you for that next opportunity. Number 2, take responsibility and ownership of your life. This is the biggest crutch I see that young people struggle with. They struggle with, well, I wasn't raised with the most amount of money. My family didn't give me a big loan. My family didn't give me a business. Making excuses, right? Like, oh, I wasn't raised very well, or I was raised by a single mom. You know, you gotta take those things, put them aside and say, hey, I'm moving forward. I don't care if I don't have my family's support. I don't care if I didn't have the best upbringing. Take responsibility and ownership of your life and say, hey, it's up to me now. It's up to me now to determine what I want to do in life. It's up to me to determine the success that I'm going to have in life. You know, I own a business. A lot of people assume that my parents owned a business or that they gave me money to start my business. My parents didn't give me anything. They've never opened a door for me. They've never given me a referral for my business. They support it, say good job, but that's it. Okay, so it is possible. It is possible for you to make a lot of money and have a great business, successful business, not coming from a family that is prominent in the location or super wealthy. I don't have a trust fund, okay? I was successful, you can do it too. Number 3, a good mentor can make a difference in your life. And when I say mentor, let me define that for you. A mentor is not a family member. Maybe could, but not really. I would say it needs to be outside of your family, and it needs to be somebody who has achieved something that you want to achieve. Or maybe they've just achieved something in life that you kind of look up to. And what a mentor does is helps you kind of formulate your road to success. What they're doing is they're saying, hey, what do you want to do? Here's my advice in this. I've been there, I've done that. They're able to look at you differently than what your family will, right? They're able to kind of call you out and say, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And, you know, let me give you an example. When I was in college, there was a networking event on a Friday afternoon. I didn't want to go to it. I was like, it's Friday afternoon, I'm done, it's been a long week. I went to it. I met a guy there who I asked him, I had a great conversation with him about kind of what I wanted to do in the industry group that I was in. I was in insurance, and I was like, you know, what have you done? And he had an insurance agency, he sold it. And, you know, just having a great conversation with him. And at the end I said, hey, can you be my mentor? I know this is a weird question, but can you be my mentor? Like, I want to be successful in life, and I know that I can't do it alone. And he said yes. And through that relationship, he actually made a recommendation for me to get my first job. And it was so much easier. I beat out other people, not because I had better grades, because he made a recommendation to the company owner, and the company owner valued his recommendation more than everybody else's resume. So what I'm trying to tell you is a mentor will open up doors for you, challenge you to be better, and it's somebody who you can they can be your life coach and help you push yourself into things that you haven't even thought of that they wish they would have done. A mentor can help you get further with them than without them. So get you a mentor. Don't be afraid to ask. You know, a lot of the mentors are going to be older. They want to feel respected. So ask them, can you mentor me? Could we have a lunch or a breakfast every month? Or could we have a phone call every month, right? So many people, you think, oh, no one's going to say yes to me. Yes, they will. Successful people want to help other people. I promise you, you ask people, they will want to help you. Number 4, college is not always the answer. In our school system today, my biggest grind is that when seniors are getting ready to graduate, everybody asks, where are you going to college? Where are you going to college? And if somebody says, oh, I'm not going anywhere, it's almost like, oh, it's awkward, right? That should never be the case. College is not the answer for everybody. It's the answer for specific industry groups. Healthcare, you need to go to college. To become a teacher, you need to go to college. If you want to be an engineer, okay? So if you don't see an opportunity that you want to specialize in one of those things, then what you need to do is not waste your time and money going to college, and you need to look at opportunity locally where you're at. Remember when I was coming out of high school, you know, honestly, if I look back on it, I'm glad I went to college, but I really wanted to become in real estate. I wanted to be a realtor. And I was, part of my senior project, I had to go shadow with a realtor, and I really wanted to be a realtor and be underneath him and basically just help him grow his business. And right, so if college wasn't possible for me, I wish I would have done that. And I wish I would have been able to help him grow his business. And what you can do with that is you could probably get a percentage of the upside of that business. You have a partner, you have somebody that you can learn from. If you don't, then you can just break off and start your own business faster than if you would have went to college because you got real life experience. That being said, if you do go to college, my advice for you is go to the best college you can. Go to the most specialized, highly rated college in your major, right? If you're in business, try to go to the Wharton School of Business. If you don't get into it, go to the next college that is the best on the list and keep going down that list. Because I will tell you, when I first came out of college, I was going to career fairs for the company I was working for. And they always had a young guy at the career fair because they thought we could relate with the other college students. And I will tell you, we went to a kind of middle of the run school, and then we went to kind of more of an Ivy League type school. And I will tell you the difference in the people there, the students around you, the college or the companies that are at that career fair are massively different. I mean, the companies that were at the high Ivy League school were like super sought after companies that people wanted to work for. The company at the middle of the run school were just kind of smaller companies, maybe not as much opportunity. So it really does matter where you go to school. And it doesn't matter the stuff you're gonna learn, because let's be honest, I don't use probably 95% of what I learned in college. But what matters is your network. The people you're around, the opportunities that school presents. Just like an engineering school. You go to a top engineering school, you're gonna get a job that's like 80, 90,000 out of college. If you go to a lower one, you're gonna get a job for like 50, 60,000. So yeah, it's more expensive, but your ROI on a college degree is a lot better at a top rated university. So try to go to the best one you can. And I know money might be an issue with that, but try to maximize what you can, okay? Number 5, choose your friends wisely. I've seen so many people, good kids, get brought down by their friends. A great friend group lifts you up. A bad friend group drags you down. You know, if you want to be a winner, you hang out with winners. If you want to be if you don't want to be a loser, don't hang out with losers. And this is really hard. As you transcend and you improve your life, some of your friends will not. They'll be at the same spot, the same bar every Friday and Saturday night, the same not getting healthy, not working on their health, not working on improving their professional spot of getting a better job. They're at the same dead-end job, and they're never going to improve their lives. And I'm sorry, but they can be your acquaintances, but they can't be your friend. Because if you stick around fire long enough, you're going to get burned. Stop hanging out with people that aren't going somewhere. If you're on this mission to improve your life and become better, you can't be around people who aren't going anywhere. Your friends will drag you down if they're not in the mindset of becoming something more. You want to be around people who are positive, improving their life, and if they're not, as you improve your life, you're not going to see a need to be around them. Now, that's not being said, hey, don't text your friends and say, screw you guys, I don't want to be friends with you anymore because I'm becoming better. Like, no, you're just going to slowly transition out of that friend group and probably find people that are in the like-mindedness of you. But don't just assume because you met somebody in 4th grade that they're going to be your lifelong friend. You outgrow people, and people outgrow you, to be honest. So make sure that your friend group is bringing you up, not bringing you down. Number 6, the last one here. This is probably the most important thing that can make or break your life. Choose a partner, not a spouse. Let me say that again because I screwed it up. Choose a partner, not a spouse. And what I mean is, so many people, when they look for their significant other, they look at their looks and they don't think long and hard. Do I want to go to war with this person? Because life is war. Life is rough. Things happen to you. You know, as you try to improve your life, there's stress, there's all this stuff, and there's so much more to marriage than just the looks and the surface level of it. So you really need to dig deep and find that partner. You know, I'm married, and my wife, and it says in the Bible, a great woman is worth her weight in gold. And let me tell you, if you have a great woman in your life, she is 100% worth her weight in gold, if not more. I would not trade my wife for any amount of money because we're a partnership together. We run our business together. We talk about our life. We confide in each other. I mean, so many things that we're in this partnership. And there is, if I'm building a kingdom, right? And that's what every man should want to do, is build a kingdom, build their, whatever they're going after, right? Whatever you're doing, you should have a queen next to you that's helping you build your kingdom. And having the right partner is so important. Do not mess this up. Do not, just because you ran into somebody, just because you ran into a guy or you ran into a woman at a bar. And let me say this about bars. If you want to find somebody good, oh, there's no good women, there's no good guys out there. First thing you need to do is you need to improve yourself. You need to say, am I good? Who you want to attract is who you want to be, right? So if you want to attract good people, you need to be good first. You want to attract somebody who's got their life together? You need to have your life together. Because how can you expect somebody else to have something and then them to be attracted to you if they don't have the qualities that you want or that you have, right? So clean your life up first. And then the second thing, don't go looking in the dump for gold. Okay? Don't go to the bars and the clubs and say, I can't find a good woman. Well, you can't find a good woman because you're in the dump. If you want to find gold, you got to go where gold is, where good things are. So, what are places that you can find great women or a great man? Well, first thing is church, local churches. Even if you don't believe in church or anything, the values that they teach there is improvement, improving yourself, and women and guys that are there, they're traditionally going to be in a better mindset. Not all of them, but church is a good spot. Charities, so if you like volunteering, if you don't want to get into the religious thing, go volunteer. Go volunteer at the food bank, Habitat for Humanity. Get into those circles, because the people that are in those circles are doing something that's selfless, not selfish, right? Going to the bar, having a good time. A lot of that's selfish activity. Selfless activity is doing charities. Go to those places, right? Start showing up at places that people who have their life together are doing, okay? So, having a partner is the most important thing you can do in your life, because a partner can, just like friends, the difference between a partner and friends is you can't just leave a partner. You can, it's called divorce, but let me tell you, that is not a good response, and it's gonna take years off your earning potential and all these things. Now, if you have to do it, you have to do it, but I get it. But what I'm trying to say is make sure you're serious about finding that spouse or finding that partner. So, these 6 pieces of advice anybody can do, and you can start doing them now, and these are gonna improve your life. Have an open mind to them, start thinking through these things, and start actively working towards them. These pieces of advice are older than time itself. Ever since humans started interacting with each other, these things I've pulled from so many different things in my life and things that I've learned and things that I'm working on. I am not perfect at these things, but I am actively working on getting them better. And I'm telling you, your life is gonna be so much better if you can take some of these pieces of advice. Comment below Did I get anything wrong? Is there any pieces of advice that you think would be better? And like and subscribe.